Have you heard of the 50-20-30 rule yet? Well, if you haven't, then you're probably not following the political news when Senator Elizabeth Warren talked about this budgeting rule in her most recent book, All You're Worth, The Ultimate Lifetime Money Plan. I had to look it up to get the title just right. But anyways, in this book, she talks about the 50-20-30 budget segmenting thing. So let's break it down. So 50 is 50% go towards your needs. Okay, 50% of your take-home income, specifically after taxes. 50% goes to your needs, and that would include car payments, mortgage, insurance, all of that stuff. Okay, your static monthly bills. Okay. Next, 30% goes to all of your wants, which pretty much includes everything else. All right, so that's food money, shopping money, gas money, eating out money, like all of that stuff. Okay, so 30% of your after-tax income goes to everything else. Next is 20% for savings. Now, savings does not include 401k. 401k takes out before taxes. That's pre-tax money. Okay, so when we think about 20% for savings, we're not factoring in our 401k. We are factoring in our IRAs, our other investment money. We're factoring in savings for vacations or other goals. Okay, so 20%. And it's almost laughable. Like I seriously chuckle when I see Senator Warren suggest 20% goes to savings when the average American saves less than 5% of their money. Okay, so an extra 15% is probably a huge stretch for a lot of us. So if you're not already forward thinking, planning ahead, thinking of retirement at any age, you're likely not saving even 15%, okay, much less 20. All right. So I read about this. I looked into it and I thought, I'm pretty stringent. I'm pretty strict. I have a pretty structured budget myself. And when I first heard of the 50-20-30 rule, based on percentages, I was like, how accurate is that really? Right? How does my structured budget fit into this rule? Okay, so I figured it out. I figured out what are my needs, what are my wants, and what's considered savings. Okay, and believe it or not, it was really, really close. I was shocked at how close it was. Okay, so of my needs, 52% of my after-tax take-home income is 52%. Okay, so close to the 50%. I'm sure with some adjustments I could get that nailed down into right at 50%, but I'm okay. I'm okay with 52%. Okay. As for my wants, it should be 30%, but I'm sitting at 33%. All right. Not too bad. Okay. I'm actually really impressed with myself. Okay. And then how much am I saving? Well, I'm saving 15%, not 20%. Okay, that extra 5% is obviously going into my needs and wants, and I'm okay with 15% savings. I wish it were more. I want it to be more, but there's other things that also have a priority. Okay, so here's the question. Is the 50-20-30 rule realistic? Yes, I do think it's realistic because without even trying, I'm pretty close to those numbers. Okay, and then I say without even trying. Okay, without even thinking in this direction of this rule. Okay, I did it. Okay, with the way I budget, it's almost spot on. Okay, but here's the key: how can you be successful with the way I budget or with the way Senator Warren suggests that you budget? Okay, there's one common thing that you have to do. Okay, and that is track your money. You have to know where your money is going. If you don't, you won't be successful at all with budgeting. Okay, you could take your after tax income statements, like you know what that number is. You can say, well, this is half of that, and here's another 30% of that, and what's left is for savings. Okay, it's really easy to do that. Okay, but unless you're tracking your spending, okay, especially that 30%, right, where there's so much variable, like you could eat out every day of the week and you will not be within 30%. Okay, you could eat out, you can go to the movies, you can do all kinds of stuff. Okay, that would be categorized within the wants, that 30% of your budget. Okay, and you'll blow it every time. All right, so you have to track your money, you have to track your spending, and make conscious decisions to make sure that you're living within your means, within that 30%. Okay, the 50%, that's pretty static. 50%, like that's like clockwork. Every month on a certain day, the mortgage is going to come out. Every day on a certain month, the car payment is going to come out. Okay, things like that, those are static. Those will happen without you thinking. Okay, but it's that 30% that will either make or break your budget. Okay, so I think it's realistic. Whether you want to do my way or her way, I don't care, or Dave Ramsey's way, I really don't care. Okay, but you have to know where your money's going. You have to be able to track your spending to even be successful with any budget at all. And how you track your spending is up to you. Whether you write it down, you use an app, you use an online service like mint.com, doesn't matter. But you just pick one and stick with it. And then you can create a budget. You can make these decisions that fit within these parameters. So if you're looking for a way to budget, give this one a try. This one's really easy, really. I mean, it's three areas, three categories. Okay, but you have to track your spending. You have to be able to know where it's going to be able to do that. All right. So good luck creating a budget. I think it's a great thing to do, because not only are you taking care of your financial future today, but in 30 years from now. So yeah, that's such a great thing. So if you've wondered if it's worth it or if another budgeting system is better, hey, give it a try. Do a hybrid of sorts. Research into them and then create your own that works for you, that makes sense for you. All right. Hope this helps, and we'll see you guys in our next video.